Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We're here Way Mountain for our morning chant class, Saturday chant class. Thank you for joining us. As we are getting more and more people in our Sangha, and expect even more to come soon, by year end and by next year as well. We're making plans to do that. I've been thinking about how to use and train and use such people, such sanghas. And one of the things we do is that's unique to us is our American chant and American Pure Land. Okay, and so. This morning, let me try to, before I forget, as I was meditating and these things came up, I thought that American chant is focused upon, has 4 characteristics. Okay, number 1, when you practice chant, American chant, you will experience more peace and more bliss. That's number 1. I hope this message gets conveyed by the instructors and by the materials that we'll call, that we've been accumulating for the last 19 years. Should be called along those lines. More peace, more bliss. Doesn't matter where you go. If you practice in our environment, in our classes, with our people, you're most welcome to try all the other classes, all the other instructors, wherever it is in the world, whether it's in India, China, United States, Sri Lanka, and so forth. Okay, they self-proclaim experts in meditation. The one thing that will not change, you will learn to be able to differentiate, is that you will experience more peace and bliss. That cannot be faked. Okay, when you meditate, it's supposed to bring you the peace. Peace of mind comes from less thinking. You're not peaceful because you overthink. You think too much. Okay? And so the chant training, American chant training here, are designed to help you think less and less and less. When you think less, you become more peaceful. The fact that ordinary people, when they don't meditate, they lack peace in their lives. The entire days are usually filled with agitation, afflictions, agitation. And therefore, it's very important for people to do something about it. And chant is the most effective way to bring you peace of mind, okay? That will restore the peace of mind that you experience when you sleep. This is why sleep is so necessary for us. We don't sleep, we die, right? Meaning that the peace of mind is critical to your well-being. Okay? But peace of mind is not enough. What's the point in living if you don't have fun? So we're introducing this concept for you, more peace, okay, which is recalibrate your system. You don't have to wait until you sleep. You can meditate And if your skills are as you become more skilled, you can instill peace of mind as quickly as minutes, okay, hours, minutes, or seconds, or this fast, depending your Chan skills. I'm not BSing. Our people, my students are in all that range. They could, some new ones would take them 15 minutes, half an hour to restore peace in the mind, okay? And they sit longer, it increases, okay? And the others who are more skilled, it would be a lot faster for them to restore peace of mind, okay? And actually, the better ones, okay, the peace of mind is much deeper, much bigger than sleeping. Okay? And so that's the first part. Second part is bliss, is when you do Chan meditation, you will increase your bliss, will experience bliss, which is a sort of pleasure that you will experience naturally when you undergo the Chan training. And it's very, very nice. It's complementary to your sensual pleasures. It complements eating pleasures, actually it heightens your appetites, it sharpens the appetite, it increases your pleasures, your sensual pleasures. So the bliss there actually has a secondary effect in enhancing your sensual pleasures, whether it's eating, whether it's listening to music, okay, and so forth. Okay, so this is what people can expect to gain from us when practicing American Chan. No excuses. If you don't get this, get out. Okay, go somewhere else because you're wasting your time. You're wasting your life. Okay. Point number 2, salient characteristic number 2. I forgot already. You see, when I think fast, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you make me talk, and my mind blanks out. I'm so peaceful. I don't remember anything. Okay, point number 2. Personal growth. I used to call it self-improvement. When I was young, going to high school, I would go to a French bookstore and look for self-improvement books. How to communicate to others, how to talk to girls. It's the truth. I'm always fascinated by that. Don't know how to talk to girls. Later, I didn't realize I couldn't talk to men either, not just girls. It's I don't know how to talk. And yoga, martial arts, all sorts of things. I didn't realize all those are superficial skills. The real skills is it should be in Chan meditation. We emphasize personal growth. Because if you don't grow, you die sooner. Our life shrinks. When we pass, I'm told 13, 14, but I like to think 18, 19 at least, because my strength didn't peak until I was 18, 19. I couldn't get tired, and after that, it's downhill. Okay? So, if you don't grow, your decay rate is faster. So the personal growth right there is like this and like this. You see? When you do Chan, personal growth like this, and you decay, and personal growth like this. Am I making sense to you? This is growth. This is a decay curve. It's like this, right? But when you practice Chan, and you decay, and you practice Chan, you decay. So actually you're extending your life. Okay? Every time you improve, when you improve to one higher level of samadhi, your life is lengthened. You're less sick. Okay? You only live longer because you are able to get rid of some sicknesses in your body. There's a reason for it. There's a direct connection between long life and sicknesses in your body. How do I know that? From the Taoists. And shh, don't tell Taoists I stole it from them. Because we used to have, Master Hsuan used to have this monk here, famous monk now, he's pretty well known. He was teaching us, novices and young novices, and he ran out of things to talk about. So he started using Taoist Dharmas because he came from, his first teachers were Taoist. Okay? And so he taught a lot of Taoist things, and that's turned me into it. Because if that's what your teacher teaches you, I mean, you look into it. And one of the things that the Taoists are good at is long life. You know, G.I. Joe, you know, in Asian Chinese Buddhist and Chinese culture, they have this myth about the Taoists, which are the immortals, where they all have, you know, their reddish face, reddish, not orange. Don't you dare. Confuse the two. Okay? So the reddish face, and the skin is so tight, as if they have skin lifts all the time. Okay? White hair, always happy. Okay? And they're around, you know, this Taoist here is a master, so his attendant is another guy who has white hair and so forth, and they ask him, how long has he been with you? He said, oh, he's been with me for 90 years. And he's the attendant. Okay? And how they get to live so long? They have to be immortals. They have a Dharma, which I learned from this guy. I don't know how well it works, because never could really accomplish it. They contemplate cleansing their bodies from top to bottom of illnesses. So they scan. See, you guys learn from the Hinayana on contemplating and relaxing your muscles from top to bottom, right? Anyone learn that? You can't sleep at night, okay? They teach you through some exercise, whether you're Navy or something. What happened to Navy Bhikshuni? Anyway, you relax on the top of your head to, you know, and so down, right? G.I. Joe, you do that? Okay? Very effective armed forces technique. You need to get some rest at night, and you can't sleep. That's what you do, okay? You relax, you know, the top head, you know, the forehead, and then the eyelids, and then the nose. Don't touch them too much. Don't smile too much, okay? Stop eating, okay, and so forth. And you relax your body all the way down, and you keep on doing that, okay? So what the Taoists do, there's one Dharma there where they do that. They scan the body and they cleanse. For example, something goes down and cleanses this illness is here and this illness is there. They contemplate. Okay? When you cleanse your body like this, then your decay rate is is lessened, decreases. Okay? Because the Taoists, they eventually will die. They live about 10,000 years, maybe 20,000. But eventually, whatever they can cleanse, they can only cleanse so much. Eventually, they have to die because there's some they cannot cleanse. Okay? That's what's going to kill them. Does it make sense? We die because it's from internal. Unless someone puts a gun to your temple and to your head and say, you feel lucky, punk. You die because of the internal decay. Okay? Illnesses inside our bodies, that's what they kill us. What killed us will kill us eventually. So the Taoists, they cleanse it. They cleanse them out. And the skills of cleansing are good enough to last them 10,000 years, 20,000 years. But eventually they have to die because they cannot cleanse everything. Okay? Why can't they cleanse everything? Not enough samadhi power. Okay? For example, you scrub something, but can you wear down wear down steel? You can't. Okay? So that's why you can cleanse outside, but inside you can't. So that's why there's limitation in that process, because they focus on cleansing instead of focusing on developing strength. Okay? To go deeper and deeper and deeper. This is what we do. That's what we call self-improvement. Because you improve yourself, you become stronger. You cleanse more and more and more and more naturally. Okay? So far, so good. So self-improvement is self-defense, if you will, first. But also, how about growth? If life is stagnant, then what's the point? And that's the fallacy of ordinary people. They think everything stagnates, including relationships with their wives. Big mistake. Okay. He's not here, so it's okay. If you're in a relationship, I'm warning you. You grow in this direction. She grows in this direction. How long do you think it's going to last? Be careful. If you want it to last, you have to go closer to her because she's not going your way, you see? Okay, boys? Okay? Let's be real, okay? They're in charge, we're not. So that's why modern day people and people in general get divorced because of this divergence of interests. And when they get older, they no longer are willing to compromise. They have more choices. And they go this way, and they this way, and then this way, and then this way. That's life. Okay? People say, oh, I must be loyal. Baloney. You're only torturing each other. Good. No one is there. I can talk freely. You see? I see it. I've been doing this for a long time, so I see people growing in separate ways eventually. The gap is too wide to be bridged. Okay? And this is what ordinary people fail to see. They think, like God told me to be together for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, for what else? In health and in sickness and that kind of thing. And that's baloney. There's a reality where you have to nurture a relationship. Okay? You have to make it grow. You can ill afford to let it stagnate, because you do, ladies, you men will have affairs. Wait, it has nothing to do with, never mind. Okay, let me take it back. Personal growth, folks. Okay? That is, you need to make things grow. Okay? Because life is growth. Life is not supposed to stagnate. Okay? That's Chan. Chan is personal growth. Specifically, what is it, personal growth? What growth are we talking about? Concentration increase. You can measure your growth by concentration level. If it increases, you're growing, you're growing, you're growing, you're growing. It's very scientific for us. When we talk about growth, it's measurable via concentration power, or we call it samadhi. Okay? It's wrong for meditation students just to go to class and meditate. No, I feel peaceful, I feel blissful. That's not enough. It's like you eat the same thing over and over again. You get bored, okay? If the peace is the same, the bliss is the same, you will get bored. That's us. We want more, don't you? We want more fun. We want more and more and more. That's us. Okay? And that's the mistake that men make. Okay? They don't pay attention to help the wives grow. They assume they take the wives for granted. And vice versa nowadays, that's my generation. Nowadays, it's the women who are better and who will make more money, who are more marketable and so forth. They don't pay attention to the men, the house husbands. Okay? She finds it funny. All right, so that's salient characteristic number 2. Personal growth is necessary. Okay. Number 3, I forgot. It's so tough. I should write these things down. Okay. Number 3 is, I don't know. What do you think is important? What have you learned? Remind me. Give me time to think. Huh? Have you learned all this time, huh? Girls? Guys? Yes, 3.
Thank you, Master. I was thinking, could it be something about you just don't learn to meditate just by yourself? Maybe you help your spouse, or something about you in your personal growth. There's a desire to help others. Do you share it or something?
No.
Okay, forget it.
You have to be a teacher. Okay. You have to get to the level where you can be a teacher, a good knowing advisor. To teach prematurely is not necessarily helpful. It's better to say, instead of me trying to figure out how to teach you, why don't you go to Harvard? Try to get to Harvard. Yes, sir. 5.
Thank you, Master. What I've learned is that we need a good knowing advisor. We don't know better ourselves. Without that guide, we will go nowhere.
That guy?
No, without.
You're so sexist.
No, no, without that guide. Sorry, Master.
A guide? Guide. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, but it's too Buddhist. I'm trying to avoid Buddhist jargons. Anyone else? What's important in your experience that you would want to stress that you're offering to others as an instructor, as a guide, DTT?
Master, I actually have a question.
Yeah.
In one of your older tapes, you mentioned when you first
People
started.
still listen to that? Yeah, go ahead.
I do. I have nothing better to do. Sorry. In one of your old tapes, you mentioned there was a Vietnamese master who taught his students to watch their meditation topic was to watch their thoughts and to recognize their false thoughts. And you mentioned how that his students eventually had issues. I'm wondering what the issues are, because it seems to me that we kind of do something similar when you teach us to recognize all of our thoughts are false in nature and just to let it go. There seems to be a similarity there, so I wonder what the issues were, what's wrong with what he does.
Okay. It's a fair question, but it's not meant to be compared. It's because it's like you sign up for junior college. They have their curriculum, they have their approaches, they have their instructors, professors, teachers they chose, okay, and form accordingly, versus joining a PhD program. It's all still teaching, it's all still learning arithmetic, it's all still learning Algebra 101, but clearly the quality of the teaching is very different. Yes, it's still algebra, but what you learn in a higher education institution is sort of a higher level algebra, even though it's called algebra. Expectations are higher, okay? And the foundation they're going to give you is much higher. And another thing is what is often overlooked is the quality of the students there is much higher. Let me tell you, we learn a lot more from our peers, from our teachers. It's a half and half. We depend on your peers to help you because we can only help you so much. We only have so much time we can spend with you, okay? So actually, this is what is part of what we call in Buddhism Great Assembly, okay? So the quality of the students matter, okay? So when I said those things, it's meant to tell you that, yeah, there are some people there, you're most welcome, all the teachers there, you're most welcome to go and learn from them. And this is, you learn these kind of things from these types of teachers, and be careful because it's a lot of words, but eventually it leads them to trouble that the teachers, since the teachers don't understand Chan yet, are not able to help their students overcome those problems. Okay? Just for the heck of it today, okay, let me tell you, after 20 years, let me tell you what the problem is. They can't breathe. You meditate, and they're feeling very peaceful all of a sudden, and the monks and nuns and lay people, so many of them, they can't breathe. You have that problem? Any of you? And these people that Jung is talking about, as I refer to, is about second dhyana. That's what happened to Master YongHua disciples, second dhyana, third dhyana, when I was at Long Beach Monastery. A bunch of our young chamis, young novice monks, couldn't breathe. The monks who supervised them couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe, but I broke through. Never taught them how to do it because they're supposed to train each other. I'm on the side. Okay? And then not Master YongHua disciples, okay? But also the other Vietnamese monks and nuns came to us because they've been practicing for a long time, they could not breathe. And they came to their instructor, their teachers, and asked them, what do I do? They don't have any solution. Okay? It's an attack from the demons. They attacked the people who wish to cultivate seriously. So they come around to derail you. And that's what they did to all these people who said, I'm a meditator, I'm a meditation person, this is it for me. They come and stop them cold turkey. That group in Long Beach Monastery, in that program of Master YongHua, they arrogantly said, we are the best. We're practicing advanced Mahayana practices such as 4 2 hands and eyes, Rangama mantra, okay, and so forth. And so the demon came around and said, you have those, congratulations. See if you can practice them. See if you can recite your mantra. So they started reciting mantra, and guess what? You don't have a problem because I made a deal with them. They dare come here, harass you, I'll beat the heck out of them. And sometimes it happened to one of them, one or two, because they kind of forgot. Some little demon who didn't obey orders. So I just slapped him a little bit. It's okay. Bad boy, go away. Yeah, your boss will deal with you. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Master. Was it happening also because they were so arrogant and maybe we're not that arrogant?
Yeah, I beat you up first before they can beat you. That's right. That's one of the things they do. They're saying, we are true cultivators. We're better than you. And no one can stop us. This is one thing, no one can stop us because we have the mantras. We have the most powerful master. We have plenty of support. And they said, let's see if you can breathe. And they will support you, but can they support your breathing? I fell into the same thing because in the temple, in the Thai temple, we're very proud. We said, we're better than the Vietnamese, than the other Chinese, Taiwanese. No one can touch us. In the end, when you can't breathe, what do? You stop, you stand up, and you can breathe again. So they came to attack me. I couldn't breathe either. I was meditating. I said, wow, this is nice. This is so blissful. I'm so special. I'm so superior, you know? And the first reaction of most people, they stand up. They're frightened. So I heard of them before because they came to me, that group, they came to me and asked me, do you have any breathing problem? I said, no, what breathing problem? What are you talking about? I laughed. I said, what's the matter with you? So they attacked me, and so I was forewarned. I knew because they were attacking the monks and the boys. And so I couldn't breathe either, but I'm more arrogant than they anticipated. I said, so you dare stop me, huh? You can't stop me. So I breathed. I couldn't breathe for 2 minutes, but I said, you can't stop me. I'm going to breathe with or without you. And eventually, I breathed after 2 minutes. And it's like, let me tell you, it's like this thick layer of oil that you're under. Okay? And when I was able to breathe, it's like my popping my head through it. Thick layer of oil, slick, so thick. Yes, DTT, I wouldn't recommend it for you. I'm crazy. You want to kill me? I'm going to die, but I'm going to breathe. Yes, Master Z.
Master, I just want to add one more aspect of the benefit that we receive from.
Thank you. Go.
Yes. I think through our practice, we have more chance to practice our patience, and we become more open-minded, and the heart is more open, so we can become a better member of society.
Okay, very good. Okay, along those lines, thank you. Number 3, improve your quality of life. Yes, quality of life. Number 3 is wisdom. You increase your wisdom. Okay? Worldly people only talk about smarts, only talk about degrees and so forth. It's about smarts and experience. What they're neglecting is their inner wisdom. They have no way of activating. In Buddhism, we know you have that already. We teach you how to activate, your inner wisdom. And when you activate your inner wisdom, you will be able to solve your problems better. When I was in business school, we learned that the brightest minds, the so-called brightest mind, is actually muddling through. We just try this and try that. We really have no idea on what to do. So it's zigzagging constantly. That's the CEOs and the chairmen of the brightest people in the world, okay? The most successful people, when you ask them to solve a problem, they muddle through. That's all they do. They try this, and they're trying that, they're trying this, they're trying that, they're trying this, they're trying that, constantly. And that's because they have no wisdom to draw upon. Whereas for us, you learn to develop your inner wisdom and use it. so that you become a better problem solver, whether it's your interpersonal relationships, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your professional life, okay? Whether you're heartbroken, whether you're depressed, okay? Only wisdom can help you cope with these challenges of life better. Wisdom is not stressed in education because the worldly people don't know how to develop wisdom. They can develop smarts, they can develop experience, but not wisdom. Chan help you develop your wisdom, guaranteed. All three are linked together. When you have more wisdom, you'll be able to reach point number one faster, meaning more peace, more bliss, more peace, and more bliss, and more quickly. Number two, what's number two? Sorry? Self-improvement. You become better as part of having more wisdom. So part of Chan is actually deliberate, and you don't know it, but we are helping you increase your wisdom. Why do you think I spent a whole hour talking to you? That's part of it. You know, most people, they BS and talk for 5-10 minutes, okay, 20 minutes. But for the last 19 years, it's 1 hour for me on Saturday, Chan class. Chan class is 1 hour sit, 1 hour talk. 1 hour talk is, part of that is to develop your wisdom. You need to listen. Because no one else knows how. That's why I have to tell you. Help you develop that. Okay, thank you, Master Z. Okay, that's along the same spirit. Number 4, I forgot as well. I'm very fragile. I have no concentration, no wisdom whatsoever. Okay? Any other questions and comments? If I remember, I will jot down number 4. That's what I should do. You see, I have this problem. When I meditate, people expect me not to move. When I move, they say, Master is a Chan master, and he moves like, he fidgets like, you know. So that's why I can't move too much. So can you imagine, I sit there, this is so great, let me write it down. Can't do that, folks, that's why. Next time I think I use a pen and secretly write it down here. Okay, anyone else? Questions? Yes, 6.
Yeah. Thưa thầy, hồi nãy thầy có nói là mình lia là khi mình ngồi thiền mình quán tưởng hay sao thầy? Nãy con không có rõ. Lúc thầy nói lia từ đây xuống để lia cái thân thể mình đó thầy.
Yes.
với lại cái thứ hai, con có hỏi thầy là trong kinh A Di Đà có cái câu số an dưỡng quốc cực lạc mà nan tư Như Lai á thầy, cái đó nghĩa sao con không hiểu. Dạ như là vô lượng quang Như Lai, rồi vô biên quang Như Lai, rồi cái đó là nan tư quang Như Lai. Dạ. Dạ thầy giải thích tụi con. A Di Đà Phật.
Emitofuo Master, so last time you were talking about clearing the body from the top down. How do we contemplate that? I don't know how to do. And then second is that I would like to ask, in the Pure Land book, sutra, they saying that self-ty and nurturing nurturing land of utmost bliss, and they have the phrase say inconceivable light Tathagata. I don't understand what it is. Can you please explain?
You know, that's a Taoist Dharma. I'm glad I heard about it. I'm glad that I never practiced it. Because at the time I realized that it's nice, okay? But my goal is not to lengthen my life. I felt at that time that the 42 hands and eyes are much better than the contemplation. I can do more. For example, hand number 1 brings me money. What's the point of living long when you have no money? Money. See that? We have 42 different tools to use. For me, instead of contemplating that thing, okay, I would rather use 42. Practice the 42 hands and eyes. I was lucky because I saw that it's much better than that long life thing. Okay, and later I understood, I lucked out because it turns out if you do that, it lengthens your life, but it has a drawback. Drawback is that will prohibit you from developing your wisdom. So it's like you live longer to do what? You know what they do, those people? They play chess. Can you see yourself living 10,000 years and playing chess? Chinese chess. What's the matter with them? I didn't see myself playing 1 or 2 days, a few months, but 10,000 years? No growth. See the problem? And also, I don't want to brag, but 10,000 years is too short of a planning horizon. Why don't you go to the Pure Land, where it's infinitely long? Small thinkers, see? So inferior Dharma, from my perspective. That's all. So don't go there. There's no point. And there's more, but I don't want to explain everything to you, okay? Because the more I explain, the more people become offended that I talk down to them. I said, no, I'm not trying to belittle or berate people at all. I have no interest. Yeah. But when I talk about these things, people take it as I'm being offensive and derogatory and so forth. Okay. Anyway, so it's a lot more. And point number 2, those names are actually the Buddha's names. And that the meaning of those names are that in the 10 directions, okay, there are a lot of Buddhas, meaning they're in their own galaxies, in their own worlds out there, in the entire universe. There's so many of them, who also certified that Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land is for real. And it is as described. So whatever Amitabha Buddha taught us here is correct. It's certified by them. So he's certified by his peers and praised by his peers. They said, yeah, it's true. His Pure Land is as adorned as ours. Ours is not inferior to ours. Okay, it's true that his Pure Land, you have all these descriptions as described. It's true that his Pure Land is very easy, relatively easier for you to get there through that practice. Okay, so that's the meaning of that. Okay? All right, anyone else? No? Okay, let's go to an early lunch. Yeah? Thank you, everyone.